over. Get close.
I'm leaning over.
Get close, baby.
You're driving though.
Well, I can lean like this.
No, dude, you
Look when I
You
lean.
cannot
when
do-
I lean, look, the car goes like that.
you cannot do more than one thing at a time.
Like, hanging honk.
Okay, I'm gonna just put it like right here, but then you.
I will get to it when you need that. When you ask me something, I'll lean over and answer.
Okay, Robin, say hey. Hey.
Hey, how y'all doing? Glad y'all can see me.
No, y'all don't need to see him because he's driving. So
I can do two things at once. Look, I don't have to
are-
be looking at the road to drive. Ask Macy. I have an autopilot button. It works just fine.
You're stressing me out. Okay, so this is part 2, and we kind of like
Part
we're
2?
Part 2, part 2.
Okay.
Part 2.
Okay.
So we had some people come over because we live in the city now. So people like actually just pop up at our house, which is super, super cool. So we get excited about that. And so we were like pushed behind a little bit with getting on here. So now we're on here, and I want to kind of recap a little bit from last time. So last time we talked about investing, and we went through the first 2 steps with investing. The first one being is have your money handy. Like you need to, whenever you're looking at really good investment property, you really need to make sure that you have your money ready, in hand. You're either, if you're going to borrow it, that you're pre-approved, and or if you have cash, that it's readily available. So you want to make sure of that. Hey, Brenda, how are you?
Isn't that the old saying? Ready, willing, and able?
You want to be a ready, willing, and able buyer.
Man, that's a country thing.
Made at you getting ready to miss your turn.
I got to turn right here.
You have to turn right here.
I'm going. I got it.
Okay, so
I told you I could do 2 things at once.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Macy. So the other thing is to make sure that you're in the know. The only way for you to really be in the know whenever it comes to investment property is to have a realtor that you're working with, a realtor that's knowledgeable in the market, and that actually is in their respective offices. They communicate and do a lot of business with other realtors so that they'll have the other realtors let them know whenever things come on the market. Okay, so 2 things: ready, willing, and able, and make sure that you're in the know. So those were the first 2 steps. So I hope all of you that were on here last time, it was just a couple of weeks ago, that you started that process. The next thing though is to make sure that you have your plan. So here's the thing: I have so many people that come to me, they're like, okay, we want to invest in real estate. Cool. What kind of real estate do you want to invest in? Do you want to invest in rentals? Do you want to invest in flips? Like, what is it that you're really looking for?
Let me guess what their answer is.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the thing that's kind of like my specialty a little bit, like I know a little bit about it, about goal setting. So whenever you're talking about how you want to invest in property or how you want to invest in rentals, the thing that you look at is where you want to end up. Like, we're all going to end up in a box in the ground. Except for me.
I'm getting frozen.
You're getting frozen, and I'm getting stuffed, and I'm going to be in the Body Wars exhibit. And Macy and Jacob are going to come visit me. However, most everybody though will end up either in ashes or in a box in the ground. Okay? So that's the end. But before the end, like, where do you want to be? So you're going to retire, or you're going to like stop working all the time, be the master of your day.
That's what I want to do now.
So if you want to be there, then when do you want to be there? When is it that you want to just wake up on a random Wednesday and say, I think I'm going to go fishing, or hey, I think I'm going to go play golf? When is that day going to come? Do you want it at 55, 60, 65, 70? Figure that number out, and then you want to back that out. You want to figure out how much money do you need per year and per month in order to live your life in the fashion that you have now or better. Okay? So whatever that case may be, you figure it out. Let's say you figure out that, okay, I need $100,000 a year of residual income in order to make that work. And so whenever you look at that, it's like, okay, I'm going to get paid $40,000 a year with my retirement. I need $60,000, which is $5,000 a month, from my rental properties in order to make that work. Well, if you're 30 and you want that to happen at 60, you have 30 years in order to get there. So how much are you going to invest each year? What kind of properties are you going to invest in? What kind of revenue do you want to have each year, this year in particular, in order for you to get to where you're going to have $5,000 in residual each month? Okay, so $5,000 in residual each month is actually a whole lot more than you getting $5,000 a month in rent, because you calculate it based upon, Terry, you do 9 or 10 months. You do 9. 8? Yeah, he is super, super conservative whenever it comes to rentals. So he's saying out of, he just counts 8 months. And so with the 8 months, with that, what you're taking into account is taxes, insurance, repairs, and vacancies. So you have those 4 things that you have to take into account. So if you have rentals that are bringing in $5,000 a month, that's $60,000 a year. That's actually not $60,000 a year, because it's actually $5,000 a month times 8 months, so that's only $40,000 a year. I hope that makes sense
In
to
my
y'all.
math.
In his math. And in the conservative way, where honestly, if you calculate it that way, then you're going to be good whenever it comes to having a rental that's vacant for a few months, or having an AC go out in a rental, or if anything like that happens, you're going to be better prepared than those that just take, oh, I made $5,000 this month, I'm going to go spend $5,000, and then you end up having vacancies. So what we want to do is to prepare you for that, and not get you into a situation where you're thinking, oh, I'm making all this money, and really you're not. Okay? So the key is, and this is your homework for the next 2 weeks, because we're not going to see you for another 2 weeks. So number 1, get your money together, or get approved. Find out where you're going to get financing. If you're not sure where to get it, give me a call, 280-3492. I can hook you up with a few banks that can help you out with getting all of your ducks in a row, per se, for you to be able to get financing and have your money ready, so you could be a ready, willing, and able buyer. Next thing is to get in touch with us so that we can help you to know when they have rental property available. And then thirdly is, I want you to sit down, put pen to paper, look at when are you going to stop working, when do you want your residual income to come in, and then look at how much you need and how much time you have to get there. So I highly encourage you,
We have arrived. Yes.
I highly encourage you, thank goodness, like I'm not.
No hands.
Oh my goodness, I didn't like riding a bike with no hands. But anyway, I highly encourage you, as you kind of get that together, give us a call. I mean, either Terry or I can sit down and look at your plan with you and help you, just extra eyes on it, to make sure, number 1, that it's sound, and number 2, to make sure that you are truly on the right track with it.
Hey, who knows? I might learn something.
You probably will learn something. I mean, I learn something every time I deal with somebody. It's crazy. However, that's going to really be beneficial to you. What I don't want you to do is to have these false expectations. You get to the point where you think you need to be, and you're like, oh, snap. Well, guess I'm not going to be going out to eat as much as I thought I would whenever I retire. Or, looks like I'm going to have to work a few extra years. That sucks. So we really want you to have real expectations. Realistic expectations as you get in there. So anyway, you have anything to add? I mean, that was a lot of information.
2 + 2 is 4. I'm good. I learned a lot.
Why are you bragging?
I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm. Robin, did you learn anything?
Absolutely. Very informative.
Robin learned a lot. So anyway,
I taught her everything she knows.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all tag teamed it.
I know, right? He told me a lot. I'm not even joking. So, something that I wish I could forget. But anyway, we've arrived and we are doing something that we enjoy a whole lot. So we have a new listing on Gina Marie, which is a little patio home community, super, super cute. And so we're going to tell all the neighbors about it. And Robin, wave Robin.
Bye,
Hey!
y'all.
Robin's actually doing an open house at 157 Gina Marie this Saturday, her first one.
Come see me, y'all.
So go see her. And so we're just telling the neighbors about it and everything. Just something that we do to help to get your house sold if you decide that you want to sell your house with
We're
us.
going to knock on some doors.
Knock on some doors. Knock on wood. Baby, gotta knock
Somebody got
Knock,
some extra
knock
water. I forgot mine at the
on
house.
wood. He's gonna be all parched. Somebody will feel sorry for him and give him some water. They might just let him turn on their hose. I don't know. Anyway, guys, give us a call if you have any questions or anything. Get those plans in order. And that's all we got for you. So, Flippin' Foremans, 280-3492.